It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Sainz, Pierre Gasly and Leclerc, Kvyat, Bottas, Perez and Lance Stroll, Norris, Ocon, Nobuharu Matsushita, Gardner, Albon, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen and George Russell, Grosjean, Latifi, De Vries and Giuliano Alesi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We might struggle to get into the top 10 today, so see if you can use the race start to your advantage.
Welcome guys to another F1 2020 My Team video with JDM Racing. We're at China and we have done okay in qualifying, not amazing, but we're in 14th, so it's a good place to try and break into the top 10. Normally go much better in the races here, so intrigued to see what we can do. Sergio's done extremely well. You can see just up the way there, the green umbrella, that's where he'll be. So I'm hoping that he can push on and get a high point scoring finish for the team, and I can, if I get a good start, hopefully I can get up there with him. So yeah, after the disaster that was Vietnam, we come here trying to get our championship back on a course, chasing down the Red Bulls and I think it's the Renaults. Let's see if we can get 3rd or 4th in the Constructors' Championship. We seem to have a better car this season, so hopefully that's going to allow us to do that. In terms of strategy today, we could go with the switcheroo. Let's go with the switcheroo. We'll do soft at the end, and we will do 9 on the medium and 5 on the soft at the end, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. Fingers crossed, we have a good race. Let's go. Alright, we get a good initial getaway. Matsushita looked like he had a slow one. We're gonna just try and tuck in behind him there. If we can, we'll sink up the inside. We'll drift around the outside and boost in behind the McLaren. Dive bomb. See if we can get him behind Sergio here. Bit of wheel spin, a little bit of argy-bargy. Got on the gravel there. I did not want to hit Sergio at all. So that's a good start. Made a few places. And Sergio's in the points paying positions already, although he's got
Alright, we're looking good so
Norris on the back of him. Oh, I overshot that. I think Perez is going to get slipstreamed here. He's lost the points paying position. I am on the harder compound tyre, I should say. So I'm just going to stay with these guys for now. We know the drill when we're doing an alt strategy. Just got to make these tyres last. So Sergio's been much quicker in qualifying trim. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be quicker in the race trim. Especially with this strategy as well. But we've got Ferrari on us now. He's around the outside, I'll leave him the room. We're going to boost DRS to try and give us a bit more oomph. Which we do, but he's still in slipstream range. I'm going to try and break that. Break that toe. He keeps weaving in behind the toe. We say no sir. He's come up the inside though, he did try it. Matsushita getting feisty.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
This phase is going to be just about trying to stay calm, trying to keep the position that we can, defend well, so that we can spring a counter-attack later on. The left front takes such a pounding round here. We do manage to get the DRS. It's going to be a big help. Sergio can give me the toe. Drift around the outside. Didn't fancy it. I feel like the tyres are just starting to come to us a little bit now. That's the sheet is all over me. I'm gonna try one. He's trying to block it. We say no thanks. Get the move done, and he's coming in the pits anyway, so
Sergio is in the pits.
I didn't even really need to do that move, but it's just to stamp the authority, you know, being team leader and whatnot. Yeah, you may be quicker in qualifying, mate, but I got you covered in the race. Don't worry about that. So we're halfway through our stint. We got another 4 laps to do. And just keeping things looking stable. I've overshot that braking zone. That's going to put him right onto the back of me. Is he going to pit? That's a bad corner as well. Luckily they pit, otherwise I'd be massively under pressure at this point. We lead the race. Teammate status.
Gap to teammate behind is 24.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums.
Alright. 24.1. I don't know what the pit stop time is here. It's probably about that. From start to finish. We need to keep Sergio behind us so that we make the most out of this strategy without having to repass him again. So unfortunately there's no team order ability on this where you can just, you know, tell your teammate to hop out of the way. I suppose they don't want to promote that because it's always been a contentious thing in F1 lore and history. It's an unwritten rule or an unwritten thing of these things happen, but they don't like to be talked about. Most famously with
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the
Schumacher
softs.
and Barrichello in 2002. Teammate status?
No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Oh, well, thanks, but that's not what I asked for, Jeff. We'll wait until we get onto a straight and I'll ask him again. Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 23.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 12th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 35.8.
Okay, so he's doing late 35s. And the gap will come down from 24. So we need to really focus in. Do a 36.2 on old tyres.
Gap to teammate behind is 22.4 seconds.
What? 22.4? He's taking chunks out of us now. I wonder if we should call it here at the end of this lap. We're losing too much time. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
I'm going to manually change this one on the fly and go a lap early because I think we're losing too much time here. That might put us at a little bit of risk of dropping off the cliff at the end, but I'm prepared to take that risk, being as we can defend quite well around here. Don't let me down now, boys. so the top 4 are going to sail through. Mercedes got quite a pace going around here, looks like.
Exit now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And we just come out in front of Sergio. Wow, I didn't think I could judge that much better, to be honest. I think if we'd have stayed that extra lap, we would have been in trouble. Alright, it's a good call. Matsushita has actually been passed by Perez as well and all that, so strategy's working out. I should need to be mindful not to push too hard in these long sweeping corners, because they do eat the most out of the tyres. And we're going to try and get on the back of Norris now. See if we can get to these points positions. Don't have DRS yet. Are we looking for fuel? Probably don't want to go rich just yet.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
Doing it. Purple third sector, so we have got the pace now. See if we can get a point for fastest lap, that'd be good.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
We go purple in sector 1. Oh, we take Lando, we almost hit the back of Bottas. And we're up into points. I had to resist the temptation to dive down the inside of him there.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Yeah, I know that is a concern, Jeff. I'm just trying to push. Alright, we've got a good run, good exit. We're boosting. Yes, DRS as well. I'm going to chuck it up the inside. So block him. We'll maybe go 2. I could not slow down quick enough to get the car done there.
Brilliant. Nice move.
This is pretty hectic. We get another position.
Our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Chuck one up here on Kvyat. Bit of an aggressive one. We did touch wheels, you heard that. Move is done though, and now we're after Leclerc. We chuck one up the inside of Leclerc. We're gonna go again here. That was quite aggressive. Very aggressive, in fact. Just boost down this straight so he doesn't hit me with the DRS. We're trying to get Ocon now.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
That's the first time I felt graining with these set of tyres. I just went to turn in through that long left-hander and the car said no. Only slightly, but I'm starting to feel the tyre wear. So we probably need to get this one done on Ocon. And that might be all she wrote. Just park it on the apex, force him wide, pushed him back into the Ferrari. Being very liberal with the last corner there. Ocon's a second back, hopefully he's not going to get DRS. He does not. George Russell's out. Anna Lacey's out. Ooh. I have to check the replay for that. Looks like it might have been a collision. Or it's just two really coincidentally timed mechanical failures. Here's George Russell. Oh, was he pulling over? What's the... what? He's, oh no, he's been overtaken. He's definitely slowing down. Oh, wow! Oh, Lacey's just blown into the back of George Russell. That's a massive accident. And you just see him coming across it. Wow! Just totally wipes him out. Both drivers out of the race.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, gap ahead is 6.1 seconds.
So we've reached that point of the crossover of the tyres where we've used all the goodness out of them to try and get past all the guys after we'd come out of the pit stops, and now we're pretty much at an impasse. But that ability to attack has really done us some favours. I'm going to boost around this corner and as much as I can down this straight to give us that extra little bit of breathing space so that hopefully he doesn't get the DRS. Verstappen with the fastest lap on the last lap, and he wins. He's dominating this year. Lewis has got his work cut out at Mercedes to try and keep Max at bay. He's absolutely nailing it. Boost across the line. 6th place. GG, boys.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
It's victory in Shanghai then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. Anthony, tell me,
Wow,
what was it
what a
that helped
beast.
them achieve this success?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Gotten so used to seeing them in black race suits, it's going to be weird to see them in 2021 with potentially white race suits and a silver car again. I kind of like the black, not going to lie.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I have to give it to Gardner. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Okay, so it was Red Bull and Renault we're kind of fighting. Mercedes are just too strong. It's just very clear that they've got the best car still, even after some technical changes, regulation changes. Ferrari, look at Ferrari though, that's so sad. So sad. I mean, I don't know what Matsushita's race history is like, or how good of a driver he is in real life, but he seems to be not doing very well in this series, let's put it that way. Maybe he'll improve, we'll see. But yeah, Leclerc is kind of carrying that team, but also the car seems really bad. I mean, they're just not, they're not anywhere really. So yeah, it was interesting as well to see with our old driver Alesi that he, well, A, he still hasn't scored yet, but B, he had a retirement, so I don't know what that was about. So it's kind of like when you, I don't know, you're playing football management sims or FIFA maybe or something like that, and then you develop youth players or that kind of thing, and then you still take an interest in what they're doing. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on Alesi, because I kind of feel like we've brought him into Formula One. You know, maybe we can bring him back to the team someday once he's become a bit of a better driver. Who knows? But yeah, Max is building that gap, and it is looking very insurmountable for Lewis Hamilton, who's realistically going to be the only person who's going to be able to challenge him, because Mercedes is a car in and of itself, a monster and the best in the field. We move up to 6th, on equal on points with Ocon, and Sergio didn't score this time, but he had a good run. I almost think it. Let's put it this way: I passed him before his pit stop, which did kind of push him back into the pack a little bit. And I just wonder if I hadn't have overtook him, if he would have had a little bit more breathing room to try and get on the offensive and get some more points there. But at the same time, me overtaking him and then being able to come out of the pit stop in front of him and managing the pace from the front meant that I was able to push on and make my strategy work to the maximum and then go and get 6th place. So I'm tempted to say, like, I think it worked out for the best anyway, but it would have been nice if we both could have scored. Who have we got down here? So the two guys, I mean, their race time is classified as +2 laps, but we know that they both dropped out of the session. So those are technically DNFs. And yeah, not much else really. Williams is still struggling. Matsushita, he was mixing it up with us. So let's have a look at the highlights. Should be some good ones in here. There was a lot of overtakes. A couple of questionable ones as well. This is a first proper chance to have a look at the new livery as well, which was voted on for by the community. Thanks to all those that did vote on the livery choices. There were 3. It was very close between the option 1 and option 2, but this is the one that just edged it out. People seem to like the purple motif going on with it. We wanted to keep green in there somewhere. Ooh. He used him as a bit of a brake buffer there. Nice. Tried to give him the space, but then he came back inside. That technically shouldn't have been allowed to stand because I went way off the track on that one, but didn't penalise me, so I just got on with it. And then this was chasing down Ocon. It's not going to show us the pass though. So yeah, a very successful weekend. Alright, well, I kind of feel like this is the way we wanted to bounce back. We should have some more R&D pieces coming as well. I know I mentioned in one of the videos that we wanted to work on the chassis. So I did order a new monocoque, and that should give us a big chunk, because in terms of chassis, we're right down the bottom. Like, I think Williams are the only team that has a worse chassis than us, so that should help. That's quite a big upgrade, so I'll be looking forward to that coming through. But yeah, these are going to be coming thick and fast now. I have been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, which is why these videos have taken a bit of a back seat, but I am getting back on the case now. And there are some nice circuits coming up, so I'm looking forward to doing those. So if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up in the comments and stuff. Chuck me a comment if there was something you wanted to know about. I know that Robert wanted to know about the more of the story side of things, in terms of like sometimes when things happen with the racing, and like for instance the George Russell and a Lacey retirement. So I'll go and look at those now, and hopefully, well, by the time you've seen this, hopefully those should already be in the video, in the edit. But I'll go and look for those, and if I can't find them, then I'm sorry, but yeah, I'll do my best. So yeah, just comments like that, feedback like that, any way that I can make the videos better. I'm all, for taking those on board and seeing what I can do. I appreciate the views, I appreciate the feedback. So this is a lot of fun to do and a lot of fun to make, and it's also good to know that people are enjoying it too, along with me. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you for the next one very soon. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.